host here in the live trading room at tradecaptain.com, and in the next 600 seconds, which make up more or less 10 minutes, we're gonna take a look at markets such as the euro, Bitcoin, gold, crude oil, and the DAX 30. If you want to say hello or have any questions about the content that we're gonna cover, then you're much welcome to join the chat here. As long as you have a YouTube, you can interact with me and with everybody else for that matter as well. Okay, so let's begin. Before we do though, as always, please make sure you have read the risk disclosure statement here in the very bottom. Why? Well, because financial markets trading is unfortunately risky, and we're on YouTube right now streaming this as well. And if you just look around on YouTube, like 9 out of 10 videos are gonna say, "Oh, come to financial markets. It's so easy to make a lot of money. You become a millionaire overnight." Obviously, that's not true. Otherwise, these guys wouldn't be saying that. It would actually just be trading themselves. Trading financial markets is something that requires skills, money, and a lot of patience. So let's begin. And we are gonna begin not by taking a look at the euro pound. Instead, we're gonna take a look at price of euro dollar, as we usually do at this time in the morning. So this is the euro, and the euro is, yes, a little bit boring. That's the right word for it. If you look at it from a daily chart, it's just consolidating, which is fully normal. You can see here on the daily that the market is, capped by some sort of this high here, which is 24. What is it exactly? 24.48, and the market is sort of converging lower like that. At the same time, you have this rising uptrend that is bullish. So if we break this upside, then I think we're gonna probably head to the upside eventually for more euro gains, even though the US is raising interest rates. Take out this high, which is 24.48, we can reach to 25.78. See if I can duplicate this. Doesn't want to cooperate today, so let's add a new one. There we go, 20.52. Obviously, take out the low here, and things are probably gonna go. The price is probably gonna go south, so we'll see further losses, maybe down to 19.18 down here. And until we breach either I think this high here or this low here, the market is just gonna trade sideways. So this doesn't make too much sense to get involved here, just because with no trend, the market can go up, it can go down, and that just becomes a problem if you're trading directional, as we are. In other words, betting on a move to the upside or the downside, because the market doesn't know if it wants to trade up or down, and because of that, you lose money. So I am ignoring this myself, and I think it makes sense to continue to ignore this until we have some sort of a trend to work with. Here's the price of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is for me still bearish. I do know that it's trying to bottom out. The market moved lower and then up and then down and then up, and take out this high here from March 8th, which is 10,158, then the market could probably go up a bit, then probably down, but overall we're still capped, and unfortunately it is a bearish market. The price is creating lower and lower highs in the long run, and even in the short term, which is this level down here. So as long as you're creating these lower and lower highs, then it wouldn't surprise me if we take out this little corrective move here and the market just heads lower, maybe like it did somewhere like here, like that. So further declines, especially if we took out this low. In fact, I don't want to touch this as long as you trade below this level, which is again 10,158. I think the market will decline to 77.53 and 72.36, and that's it. Very straightforward. Here's crude oil as well. Not too much happening in this market right now. The market is converging. We've seen it in the past. I know I said this example 1,000 times. I'm going to say it again. Here in December, the market was trading sideways. It was bullish and then trading sideways. And when it starts to trade sideways, we just wait. A bit like good wine or good cheese, you need to give it some time. Obviously, we're not going to give it years, but we're going to give it a few more days, maybe a few more weeks, because eventually we're going to take out this level, this downtrend, and this high here, which is the one I'm focusing on. The alternative is that we break the downside and move down even lower. In fact, we have this pair, or this sort of crude oil, which I think is even better. This is Brent crude oil, and you have the classic pattern, which is the head and shoulders pattern. So you have a big head up here, left shoulder, right shoulder. This market could just take out the highs and just rally to the upside. However, take out 61.96, which is this low here from February 13th. Then, according to the head and shoulders pattern, crude oil should be trading at 52.11. So this is a great opportunity if we take out the low. Again, though, we need to wait for the pattern to trigger. Here is US oil, and US oil is short-term bullish above 1,302. This is support, this is a low, this is a low, and it is possible to buy here because overall the market went up, and then it bounced from this level, and then it bounced a second time, and maybe it'll bounce a third time. Is it an amazing opportunity? No. Why not? Well, because again, the markets are a little bit boring and they're not trending really. But for now, as long as you're about 1,302, the trend is bullish. Here's the German DAX. Now, you might remember we had threats of nuclear war, we had trade wars, and the Fed is well raising interest rates, and the euro moving higher and suffocating German enterprises and the companies that make up the DAX 30. Now, just what is it? 11 days later, that's all gone. The market is moved up because Kim Jong-un wants to make amends with Donald Trump and the rest of the world. Well, we have most likely going to introduce those tariffs in, I think, 10 days from now. But Donald Trump has opened up for, allowing at least not to close partners, not to be included in this, and in essence opening up for some sort of negotiation. And wage growth from the US hasn't been that bad. In fact, it was strong, but not strong enough to stoke the stock markets. So now this market is heading to the upside, and we could potentially get stopped out. So it's not bearish any longer. These are the markets for you. That's what they don't tell you on your average YouTube video. So here the market is limited by this level, so it makes zero sense to buy this market here right now. I think it could revert back to the entry zone, and it could technically just continue to move to the downside. If you look at from a daily chart, nothing has really changed. You're still capped by these levels, but obviously take this out and we're gonna be stopped out, and the market could probably head up a bit and then probably down. And because this is DAX 30, it's probably gonna go all the way down, test the low, get people stopped out, and then it might head to the upside. The DAX in general, either you love it or you hate it, and the DAX is on my hate list. Strong word. Well, yeah, I don't necessarily hate the DAX, but it is a very difficult market to trade compared with the S&P 500. But again, either you hate it or you love it, and some people just love it. And that, guys, concludes today's market update. I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Trade Captain on Twitter here. We do have some nice technical analysis that we share, and you'll only find it here, like this, NEO. It's a little setup on NEO Dollar. You have as well YouTube, where you can follow us as well. You can subscribe. Just click here. You get these notifications that we're live. You get notifications as well that we have recorded a video. As well, if you're keen on or you like technical analysis, you can click up here and you find all our technical analysis. You can, of course, separate. We do separate sometimes between short-term, long-term, and the video reports. Video report is like a video like this one. So you can see, for example, update by Vivek. You got a few updates by myself yesterday, and click on load more, and you see more and more. And this is just from yesterday, so we do publish quite a lot of content, and you'll find some good setups here and ideas that could potentially help you trade better. Obviously on the home page, as you know, you have all the macro news. The morning update is very popular. You see it's on top today, which it usually is in the early morning. Great, nice little summary to what's going on in the forex world. And you have as well, if you click on news, daily outlook, you'll find that morning update, and you'll also find the cryptocurrency daily update. And here we do publish some charts, and if there's anything related to the market, we'll mention that as well here. So we have a little bit about Bitcoin, a bit on Ethereum, a bit of Ripple, a bit of Bitcoin Cash, and a bit on Litecoin. So these are levels, give you an idea, if you should be bullish or bearish. If we're above the trend defining level, then that means that we think the trend is bullish. If we are below the red line, like Ripple here, then we think the market is bearish, and we will be targeting the next support level. Just so you know, though, we're using the same software across the team, and look very similar. They all look pretty much the same, like the ones I do, but these views here don't have to match what I do, and doesn't have to match what EUR is doing. So you're fully aware of that. Okay, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time here at 9 a.m. London time. Have a good training day. Thank you.